So, hello everybody. We had a pretty good little cold snap last night, and the wind was the worst. That wind came whipping through, and as you can see, she tore up my Goldfinger quite a bit, her poor leaves. Well, look at that bunch on her. Ah, just gorgeous. We had a light frost this morning, not too bad, and it looks like she's gonna pull through just fine. Let's see. She's high above me. She's about the stalk is almost exactly 9 feet, so it's above my head pretty good. But look at that bunch. And that is going to be a beautiful bunch of Goldfinger bananas. And this girl right here is the real deal, 100% true to type Goldfinger FHIA-1 banana. It is probably, outside of the ice cream, the blue Java, one of the most mislabeled, off type sold varieties you're going to find here in the US, because the real deal FHI-1 Goldfinger here in the US was never tissue cultured. If you're buying a Goldfinger offline that is from a tissue culture, and even if it's from a very reputable grower, I won't mention any names, but you cannot buy the real Goldfinger from tissue culture. Cannot. This plant right here took me years to hunt down. Not this particular one, but the genetics on her. And after really doing some digging, found out that, yeah, she's never been tissue cultured. And she was brought into the U.S. by this particular person. They were imported corms, and then those corms, which originally were supposed to be tissue cultured by a certain company, were sent off, but the wrong plant was gathered, or they just didn't care, and tissue culture, and that is the one that has been distributed all over for years, and it's not the true one. Go figure. But look at that. It's going to be a large bunch. How many hands does she have? She got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hands on her. 16 hands. Is that 17? I can't count. I'm blind. No. That's going to be a big bunch. That will be probably an 80 pound bunch. This is not the biggest bunch I've had. She's had larger, but last year we were really dry. A really dry spring and summer. Thankfully this winter's been a bit more wet, but yeah, when that bud started forming on this plant, we were really dry, so that bunch is not as big as it could be. I've gotten bunches off of this map before that were 120 pounds and almost 20 hands, so not the biggest bunch, but absolutely gorgeous. But there's a quick video for you guys right there of the true FHI-1 Goldfinger. It is a great banana. It's got some good cold tolerance to it. It's a little on the taller side. The stalk she's almost exactly 9 feet. I actually measured her the other day, and it's like an inch or two over 9 feet, depending on where you want to say the stalk ends, But yeah, so she gets up there, and the leaves are absolutely massive. Those leaves are 2 feet wide and about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gosh, 9, 10 feet long easily. Yeah, those leaves, if I bent them down, they'd cover the entire stalk here. So those leaves with the petiole are gosh, 9, 10 feet, if not more. So she's a big banana, but extremely fast growing, very cold tolerant, does well with poor soil, but it needs the better soil if you want larger bunches, because they do produce such large bunches. It's got a little bit of drought tolerance to it, though again, the more you give it, the larger and faster she's going to produce. But quite the banana. The flavor is superb. I'm really surprised that it's not a commercially sold banana, because it is 100 times better than your store-bought Cavendish. It's got quite a bit more acid to it, but it's got the sweetness to balance it. So it's not sickly sweet and it's not super acidic. It is just perfect. It's got really good texture to it. The only problem, and it's probably why it's not a very, popular commercial variety, especially in the US, is it does not yellow very well. When you think of a banana, what do you think? A nice, bright, yellow, perfectly yellow Cavendish that you see at the store. Well, Goldfinger does not ripen to that beautiful, perfect yellow. It keeps a green tinge to it, even when it's perfectly ripe. And that, I guess, puts people off. But the flavor should easily make up for that. Yeah, anyway, guys, end of the video. Grow food. Get yourself a real FHI-1 Goldfinger. The only problem is, unless you're tissue culturing it, they do not sucker a whole lot, which is an issue with a lot of the varieties out of the FHI group. And it's a shame, because amazing variety. But again, if you are buying one off the internet that is tissue cultured, I can tell you 100%, without a doubt, it is not this plant right here. So, and there are only a handful of people outside of myself that have this in the US, and besides the few that I've sold over the years. But otherwise, nobody's got the real Goldfinger, and she is definitely worth getting, guys. So, love you. See you later. Go bananas. I'm a bit banana crazy. She survived our cold snap. Hopefully we don't have any more. We'll see. I would love for that bunch to ripen up this year. I haven't had me a good Goldfinger actually in a couple years, because last year's bunch got destroyed in a big storm, and the year before that we had a super hard cold snap, and it killed the little banana buds. They weren't mature enough. So hopefully this year I'll get me some Goldfingers and make a good video of me eating them for you guys. Yeah, make you real jealous.